News as it should be.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. Today evening, our focus, what's happening in West Bengal? Whose Khela Hobe is this? Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee versus the Enforcement Directorate. Unprecedented scenes as Mamata Banerjee storms into the ED raid site against i-PAC. An i-PAC director. Mamata Banerjee accuses ED of stealing her poll strategy. And ED says Mamata Banerjee has hampered their work. But what does this mean as the nation looks at possibly an unprecedented nature of a showdown between a chief minister and a central agency, unprecedented in the manner it has played out? But first, the headlines. ED Mamata face-off escalates. West Bengal Chief Minister accuses ED of stealing TMC's election strategy during i-PAC Kolkata raids. ED alleges Chief Minister obstructed probe and removed key evidence. West Bengal police book ED officers in i-PAC raids case. FIR registered for trespassing and criminal intimidation. ED raids 15 locations across 6 states in money laundering probe linked to fake government job scam. Scheme allegedly involves fake appointment letters across over 40 departments, including railways, income tax, courts, and state agencies. National Herald back in spotlight as Karnataka government's ad spend raises eyebrows. Data shows newspaper received highest ad budget for 2 years despite low readership. National Commission for Women takes suo motu cognizance of video showing BJP woman worker being disrobed in Karnataka, demands action. Taken report in 5 days. Another stray attack amid SC hearing on the matter. Pack of dogs mauls 3-year-old in Telangana's Sangareddy district. Locals rescue toddler, rush him to hospital. PM Modi chairs roundtable with Indian AI startups, pledges full government support to boost their AI innovations. Close in on finalizing $8 billion submarine deal. New Delhi's largest ever defense pact to include technology transfer for submarine production for the first time. In lynching of Deepu Das in Bangladesh, detective branch arrests accused Yassin Arafat for his role in ordering Islamist mobs in killing Deepu Das. Very quickly, Mamata Banerjee is speaking. Let's cut in.
যেরকম পড়বেন যাদবপুরে 8B বাস স্ট্যান্ডের সামনে জমায়েত হবে এবং ওখান থেকে মিছিল রুট আমি সিপিকে অলরেডি বলেছি, পারমিশন নিয়েছি। যাদবপুর ফাঁড়ি হয়ে আনোয়ারসা রোড হয়ে টালিগঞ্জ হয়ে গড়িয়াহাট হয়ে রাসবিহারি হয়ে হাজরা এসে মিছিল শেষ হবে। আমি নিজে মিছিলটাই থাকব। আমাকে যত ঘাটাবেন না, মনে রাখবেন বাংলার মাটি এ মাটি সোনার চেয়েও খাঁটি। আঘাত করলে প্রত্যাঘাত করব। আঘাত করবেন না, একটাও কথা বলবো না। সাইলেন্স ইজ স্ট্রেংথ। কিন্তু রামকৃষ্ণ পরমহংসদেবের কথা আমি শুনি, আমি মানি। উনি কি বলেছিলেন জানেন? একটা সাপকে পাড়ার ছেলেরা খুব ইট মারত, যখন সে কামড়াতো না, রামকৃষ্ণ পরমহংসজি বলেছিলেন তুমি কাউকে কামড়াবে না। তো উনি সাপটা কামড়াতো না। এরপর তাই দেখে অনেকে ভাবলো আরে এ তো নির্জীব হয়ে গেছে, একে লাঠি মারো, একে ঢিল মারো। মার খেতে খেতে সে একদিন অসুস্থ হয়ে পড়ল। স্বামীজির কাছে, রামকৃষ্ণ পরমহংসদেবের কাছে এসে বলল, ঠাকুর তুমি আমায় কাউকে কামড়াতে বারণ করেছো, আমি তো কাউকে কামড়াই না। তখন রামকৃষ্ণ পরমহংসদেব বলছেন, আরে আমি তো তোমাকে কামড়াতে বারণ করেছি, ফোঁস করতে বারণ করেছে কি? তো আজকে ফোঁস করলাম এই কারণে, কখনো কখনো রিয়াকশন ইজ দ্য অ্যাকশন, অ্যাকশন হ্যাজ দ্য রিয়াকশন। তুমি আমাকে এক গালে ঘুষি মারবে, আর আমি কি আরেকটা গালে পেতে দেবো?
Of an anecdote where
ঘুষি মারতে চাই না।
the local boys, they used to hit a snake. And now the snake goes to Ramakrishna Dev and says, what am I supposed to do? So Ramakrishna Dev says that please
আধার কার্ডের নামে লোককে হ্যারাস করেছো।
in the meantime, the snake never had bitten the local boys. But local boys, they kept on hitting the snake with sticks and all. At one point of time, the snake couldn't take anymore. So it went to Ramakrishna Dev and said, now what? Then Ramakrishna Dev said, I have told you not to bite, but I have never told that, that you cannot retaliate, at least to scare them off.
অনেকে চেঞ্জ করে না, এটা তার উপর নির্ভর করে, তার স্বাধীনতা। বিয়ে হলে মেয়ে বাপের বাড়ি থেকে শ্বশুর বাড়ি যায়, पिताजी का घर से ससुरालय जाता है, उसको एड्रेस चेंज होता है, तो उसको क्या गलती है? सब नाम काट दिया।
This is about SIR she is talking, that names have got deleted once the girls have got married and they have gone to a different their lost place.
लेकिन इंग्लिश में हमको MA, ऐसा लिखना पड़ता है। तो आप क्या इंग्लिश और बंगाली एक साथ में कर देगा?
Now she is talking of the language barrier.
हम मॉर्निंग को भोर बोलते हैं, तुम इंग्लिश में मॉर्निंग बोलते हैं, हिंदी में सुबह बोलते हैं। एक एक लैंग्वेज का एक एक प्रोनाउंसिएशन है, एक एक वर्ड होता है, और उसका भाषा जानता है। और वो नाम पे किसी को नाम मनोज है, वो MONOJ कोई लिखता है, जी जे कोई MA लिखता है, क्यों आप ओ लिखा, क्यों ए लिखा? अच्छा अमर्त्य सेन को কি বলেছো? অমর্ত্য সেনকে নোবেল জয়ী বলছে তোমার বাবার থেকে মায়ের বয়স কত বছর?
Now she is talking about Amartya Sen, that the SIR notice had been sent to Amartya Sen's place.
তখনকার দিনে
The discrepancy, what the commission has said, that the age difference between Amartya Sen's mother and father, it's huge. That's the logical discrepancy what commission had pointed out.
মেয়ের সাথে 84 বছরের বিয়ে হলো, বউ মরে বর মরে গেল, বউকে জ্বালিয়ে দেওয়া হলো। উইডোদের বিয়ে করার কোনো পারমিশন ছিল না, 10 বছর 12 বছর 14 বছরে যারা বিধবা হতো। ঈশ্বরচন্দ্র বিদ্যাসাগর বিধবা বিবাহ প্রচলন করলেন। আর এটা মডার্ন এজ, উই হ্যাভ টু অ্যাকসেপ্ট our young generation.
So what is all of this about? Mamata Banerjee today stormed into ED raid site, the i-PAC director Pratik Jain's residence. She stormed, fumed and came out with files. She then also went to the raid site at the i-PAC office. Another ED raid site that played out was an open confrontation, unprecedented in nature. Why? i-PAC does political consultancy for Trinamool Congress and also looks after its IT and media cell. The raids prompted sharp replies from Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, accusing the ED of stealing her political strategy and calling the raids an open attack on democracy. ED shot back, accusing Mamata Banerjee of hampering their work after barging in with her police and walking away with files and electronic devices, calling it evidence. Then It's the ED that hit back, said proceedings were carried out peacefully and professionally until CM Mamata arrived with a large number of police officials and allegedly took away key evidence, including physical documents and electronic devices, saying i-PAC is also one of the entities linked to Hawala money. It is clarified that the search is evidence-based and not targeted at any political establishment. No party office has been searched. The search is not linked to any elections and is part of a regular crackdown on money laundering. ED has moved the High Court asking permission for filing FIR. Meanwhile, Mamata Banerjee's police has filed FIR against the ED for criminal intimidation, trespassing and theft, moments after she asked PM to control his home minister, saying what if she raided BJP officers as a counter. I'm being joined by my panelists right now. Gargi Guha Thakurda, who's a senior News 9 editor, TV9 editor, as well as Yashovardhan Azad, former special director, Mamata Chakrabarti, who's a political analyst, Barno Barman, who's a political analyst, as well as Nikhil Jain, who's a political analyst. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining me. Before I just come to you, very quickly, let's just listen into what Mamata Banerjee had said.
Logistical discrepancy নামে আগে 54 লক্ষ লোকের নাম বাদ দিয়েছে। Even out of that, nobody is allowed to submit their form number 7 or 8. Even a murderer is allowed to defend himself. But the genuine voters, maximum the women who married recently or earlier after 2, their title is changed and their address is changed automatically because now they became married. They were not allowed. The from Election Commission office, one BJP cadre of IT, she is doing all the nuisance, misusing the name of ERO and just deleted the names without giving an opportunity to the victims to defend their case. And they have served notices about 1.5 crore people, maybe about. That list also in the name of so-called BJP logistical discrepancies, who are our supporters or the voters. And maximum, they are the anti-women. They gave notices to the 90 years old people, the pregnant women, the aged people, the young generation, the renowned persons, all. What they think, forcefully can they capture a state like this? My humble request to the press, please keep quiet, একটু শান্ত হন, আমার গলাটাও তো মানুষের গলা, আপনারা শান্ত না হলে আমি বলতে পারছি না, যারা কথা বলছেন প্লিজ কিপ কোয়াইট। आप देखिए, अगर अमित शाह आपको बंगाल को जीतना है,
उस रेड में मालूम पड़ा कि एक हवाला का रैकेट भी इन्वॉल्व है और इसमें पीएमएलए का केस भी बनता है, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट। जब ये हवाला के चेन को देखा गया कि किस किस माध्यम से हवाले के पैसे को आगे बढ़ाया जाता था, आगे भेजा जाता था, तो एक कंपनी सामने आई जिसका नाम है i-PAC, PAC। तो इस i-PAC कंपनी के प्रेमाइसेस में भी बंगाल में रेड हुआ। रेड जब चल रहा था उस समय उच्च पुलिस अधिकारी आए और उन्होंने आके ईडी के ऑफिसर्स से अपना वेरिफिकेशन मांगा, अपना आईडी मांगा, जो कि स्वाभाविक है कि ऑथेंटिक रेड हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, ये जानने के लिए होता है। ईडी के अधिकारियों ने, जो हमने मीडिया में देखा कि उन्होंने अपने आइडेंटिफिकेशन कार्ड इत्यादि सब दिखाया जो ऑथेंटिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स थे रेड्स को परटेनिंग कि रेड करने के लिए उनके पास डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, वह भी दिखाया। और उसके बाद पीसफुली रेड चल रहा था कि अचानक ममता बनर्जी बंगाल पुलिस के साथ वहां पहुंच गई i-PAC के ऑफिस में, और खुद सबको धक्का देते हुए i-PAC के ऑफिस के प्रांगण के अंदर जहां रेड चल रहा था वहां वो स्वयं घुसी, और उसके बाद वहां से फिजिकल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, कागज इत्यादि, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस जैसे पेन ड्राइव, लैपटॉप इत्यादि और भी कई तरह के एविडेंसेस को उन्होंने अपने साथ ले लिया। आप जरा चिंता करके देखिए, शायद ऐसे वाकयात, ऐसा मैं कहूंगा दृश्य हिंदी फिल्म में भी आपने नहीं देखा होगा कि कहीं सीबीआई या ईडी की रेड चल रही हो और स्वयं मुख्यमंत्री वॉक्स इन, खुद मुख्यमंत्री अंदर आती है और आके एविडेंस लेके चली जाती है। प्रतीक जैन नामक व्यक्ति, जिसको i-PAC का सारा आइडिया है, जो i-PAC चलाता है, i-PAC के प्रीमाइसेस में रेड होता है और i-PAC के प्रतीक जैन जी के घर में रेड होता है, और दोनों ही जगह ममता बनर्जी व्यवधान करती है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक और फिजिकल एविडेंस चुराती है और वहां से ले जाती है। बंगाल की पुलिस का इस्तेमाल करती है, प्रयोग करती है अपने मनसा को अंजाम देने के लिए। यह दिखाता है कि ममता हैज लॉट टू हाइड। ममता जी के पास ऐसे कई राज हैं जिनका वो खुलासा नहीं होने देना चाहती है। याद करिए, ममता बनर्जी जी के ही एक मंत्री, उनके कैबिनेट के ही कलीग, उनके ही एमएलए मदन मित्रा ने विगत वर्ष 2025 में कहा था कि ये पैक वाले, जो i-PAC को पैक वाला कहते थे, कि ये जो पैक वाले हैं ये बड़े भ्रष्ट हैं, यही हमें बर्बाद करके मानेंगे। खुद उनके नेताओं ने i-PAC वालों को भ्रष्ट कहा था, और जब i-PAC के दफ्तर पे और i-PAC के प्रतीक जैन के घर पे रेड होती है तो ममता बनर्जी एविडेंसेस को चुराने के लिए, साक्ष्य को चुराने के लिए खुद आ जाती है और दबंगई के साथ साक्ष्य चुरा के ले जाती है। यह अपने आप में मुझे लगता है बहुत ही शर्मनाक और बहुत ही दुखद विषय है। इज बंगाल आउटसाइड ऑफ द पर्व्यू ऑफ द लॉ इन इंडिया? क्या बंगाल को ममता बनर्जी ने ऐसा बना दिया है कि वो भारत के कानून के बाहर कोई क्षेत्र है? जहां ममता बनर्जी कहती है घुसपैठियों के विरोध में कोई कानून नहीं लागू होना चाहिए, जहां ममता जी कहती है एसआईआर लागू नहीं होना चाहिए, जहां ममता जी कहती है कि मैं बीएसएफ को बॉर्डर फेंसिंग के लिए जमीन नहीं दूंगी, जहां ममता जी कहती है ईडी का रेड नहीं होना चाहिए, और ईडी का रेड होता है तो स्वयं ममता बनर्जी ईडी के ऑफिसर्स को धमकाने के लिए वहां पहुंच जाती है। इज बंगाल कट ऑफ फ्रॉम इंडिया? क्या बंगाल को भारत से काटने की कोशिश ममता बनर्जी कर रही है? यह सवाल बहुत जायज है, और आज प्रत्येक बंगाली को, प्रत्येक हिंदुस्तानी को यह सोचना चाहिए कि आखिरकार ये जो माफिया राज चल रहा है, ये जो दबंगई का राज चल रहा है बंगाल के अंदर, जहां भ्रष्टाचार को बचाने के लिए स्वयं मुख्यमंत्री उतर के आ रही है, ये कब तक चलेगा? जनता है, जनार्दन है, सब समझती है, और जनता के मन में, जनता के मानस पटल पर भ्रष्टाचार के लिए कोई भी ममत्व नहीं है। The public does not have any sympathy for corruption and those who support corruption. So we are absolutely sure that in the days to come, the people of Bengal will resort to democratic means to answer to the anarchy of Mamata Banerjee. हम पूरी तरह से इस बात से वाकिफ हैं कि आने वाले दिनों में लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से बंगाल की जनता ममता बनर्जी का ये जो अराजक तरीका है राज करने का, उसके खिलाफ उठकर खड़ी होगी और ममता जी के खिलाफ जवाब भी देगी। धन्यवाद।
Well, I've already introduced my panelists. Thank you so much for all of you for your patience. There's a lot playing out, so we may have a lot of interruptions like this. But very quickly, straight to you at this point, Barno Barman. You know, strong allegations. You just heard Mr. Patra as well. Earlier, you've seen what Mamata Banerjee has said, what the Enforcement Directorate has claimed. Enforcement Directorate making it very clear that Mamata Banerjee went away with evidences, with files. These are unprecedented scenes that have played out. Patra, the BJP, claiming just simple thing. She's trying to hide.
See, whatever BJP is claiming, let them claim. Whatever BJP spokesperson is claiming in behalf of ED, I don't know. ED is run by BJP or it is an individual entity, first of all. Has ED came up with any allegation that Mamata Banerjee has stolen any?
Of course. Of course, ED has come out with allegations. I don't think you're following things very clearly.
No.
ED has come out very clearly with allegations against Mamata Banerjee, saying Mamata Banerjee barged in with her police, took away files and evidences. These are charges by the ED. It's not the BJP, it's the ED.
Let me finish myself, ma'am. i-PAC is our political event management company. They organize all our political events. So, in i-PAC office, we have all our political strategy for 2026 election. Why this hyperactiveness of ED when the election is just round the corner? This is our first question. Whenever the election arrives, we can see this hyperactiveness of ED, CBI, all these central agencies. And post-election, they became numb.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But a very simple thing, Rano Barman, a very simple thing. Here's the question that I have to ask you. No, firstly, you made a wrong thing. You asked me a question, has ED made any charge? Of course, ED has made any charge. Now you're making an allegation, why hyperactivity before elections? But here's what ED is saying. It was not against Kolkata or Bengal. It's not political. 15 cities, raids across.
No.
That's what the ED is claiming. Why are you saying it's about elections before? Very quickly, if I can.
It is always just to give it a natural look. Just to give it a natural look, they have conducted many raids. It has happened earlier also. This is their new strategy to make people of India think that Trinamool is interfering within the.
You haven't answered even one question. Barno Barman, you haven't even asked a question. I'm asking you a question again. A second question. That what are you alleging? You are alleging this is before elections. ED is saying these are raids across 15 cities in a corruption case. How would you respond to that?
When ED is saying the raid has happened in 15 different spots or venues, I don't know about anything others.
Mamata Chakrabarti, respond please.
i-PAC is our political event management company. i-PAC have all the data of Trinamool.
First of all, I would like to say, I just don't understand who gave Mamata Banerjee that audacity to obstruct the nation's work while holding the position of an honorable CM. She wants to be arrested, because she really thinks that if she needs to win the election, she needs to have the sympathy of the people of West Bengal. And that's why she has been doing all this. And she is playing completely victim card in the gallery to be the self-proclaimed martyr. Because in Indian political history has a very clear pattern, I must say, because it never lies. The moment the ruler starts panicking over files, but not people, it actually the decline has already begun. I will talk about Indira Gandhi. When there was the emergency time, the emergency was not begin with the Indira Gandhi's arrest. It began by sealing the files, but silencing the institution.
Mamata, we'll get to facts at that time for another debate.
Okay.
That's a different counter.
And I also have some more
things to talk about. It's a very different thing at this place. Let's just stick to a very, very simple thing.
All right. So
you are asking a question. Who gave her how did she become so audacious to do what she did? She's saying she has gone to do nothing else but to take her data, her election strategy. The charge against you, the BJP, is very serious. She is claiming that the ED came and stole her poll strategy.
Yes, so now the thing is that when Jyotipriya Malik was arrested, when Partha Chatterjee was arrested, she did not rush to rescue them. When all the ministers and the high profile, the heavyweight netas, they were sent to jail and all, we never have seen Mamata Banerjee rushing to rescue things and all. See, the thing is that she is hiding, she is trying to hide something which is dangerous for people to know about. That's the main thing. I mean, the voter list is not out. Voter list is not out. Then how come the candidate list would be prepared? And that too in the year of 2022. It was clearly written in the file that 2022. So you tell me one thing. If the voter list is still not out, then how come you can
have a list of candidates who have who are in favor? I think that's a very different context. We'll get back to that in a bit, Mamata Chakrabarti. Let me just get in at this point, Ms. Gargi. Thank you so much for your patience, Gargi. Feel free to come in whenever you want to. But here's a very simple thing. Put this all in perspective. One, is this unprecedented? I mean, as much as we can see, it's absolutely unprecedented, in which there's been a fierce face-off in a way that that's not been seen. ED versus chief ministers is of old. You've seen elections, seasons after season that play out. But the manner in which this played out, put this in perspective for us.
Yeah, I'll just mention one thing, that of course this is unprecedented in the way she has come out, because she's not only the political head of a political party, but she's also an administrative head in the capacity of a chief minister. So a chief minister going to a place where the raid is being conducted, it is unprecedented. Okay. So some of the large section of political analysts here in Kolkata and Bengal, what they are saying that this shows some kind of desperation, right? And the second point I would like to mention, the way she has come out and gone to Pratik Jain's residence and then to i-PAC's office, this is of course unprecedented. But I would mention one thing, when Bobby Hakim, the present mayor and minister of in her cabinet, when he was picked up and taken to Nizam Palace, the CBI office, there Mamata Banerjee had gone and conducted one kind of dharna. So that has already been done once. And also, if you remember, when Rajiv Kumar was got involved in this ED case, if you remember, she has staged a dharna in the right in the center of the heart of the Kolkata. So, of course, the way she has come across today, it is unprecedented. But it is not that she hasn't taken to this step.
Right.
That is one thing. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, for those who would be watching this, would say it's very characteristic of her. It may be an unprecedented manner, but it's a very characteristic trademark of how Mamata has responded and reacted to this.
Of being a crisis manager on behalf of her party.
All right.
We had earlier also, crisis manager in courts.
Right, of course, crisis manager in court. Nikhil Jain, which side are you on? Nikhil Jain, if I can ask you a very simple question. What's happened in West Bengal? How is the party really looking at this?
So, the way I look at it is that the Enforcement Directorate of the country, which is supposed to be an investigative agency, is essentially acting like the election department of the BJP. And it is not just about the case of Mamata Banerjee, but it is a whole list of raids that happened right before the elections. Let me remind your viewers, in 2023, right before the Rajasthan elections, the Congress president of the state was raided for charges of some 10,000 rupees or something. No recoveries were made, no arrests would be made, no investigation happened further. These Mahadev betting app scam or scandal came into light right before the Chhattisgarh 2023 elections. Nothing has come out of it. Then you had the Enforcement Directorate put almost the entire leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party in jail on frivolous charges. Eventually, all of them got bail right before the Delhi elections. You had the Jharkhand Chief Minister being arrested by the ED right before the Jharkhand state elections. This has become a pattern where the ED or the income tax, or rarely now the CBI, would raid and put on charges of corruption and this and that on opposition parties right before the elections. If indeed Mamata Banerjee or her government has been carrying out this scam or whatever, as the ED alleges, why could the ED not wake up 1 year ago or 2 years ago? Why does it always have to be at the very eve of the elections? And so far as Mamata Banerjee going there and collecting a bunch of files is concerned, see, I think we've also normalized, the ED and other agencies going and picking up personal data, private data, confidential data, that we never even look at the fact that this is gross violation of privacy and confidentiality. the BJP or nobody is to ask Mamata Banerjee what lies in those files. Until and unless there is a court order, why should any investigative agency step into my office or my house or my WhatsApp and read my chats? For they may be jokes, they may be a list of candidates, they may be a list of scams, whatever it is, but get a court order. But that is not the procedure that is followed. We are, growingly becoming a very police state, surveillance state sort of a mechanism. Come April 1st, 2026, and a random income tax officer would have the power to look into your and mine private WhatsApp chats just because they have a suspicion that we may
are you then
have
backing Mamata Banerjee?
I am saying
is the Congress backing Mamata Banerjee in the West Bengal?
First of all, I am not a representative of the Congress. I am an independent voice. I do, of course, support the party. Secondly, I am not talking about this case of Mamata Banerjee per se. I am talking about this pattern, this very disturbing pattern where opposition leaders, parties, and their now even political consultants are raided at the eve of elections only for nothing to ever come out of those charges. This is not how you can have elections with a level playing field. That is the problem I have.
All right, very quickly, Gargi Guha, Thakurda, how do we really look at this entire thing? You've just heard the three parties speak. How is this going to be playing out in the elections in the next few days when we talk about West Bengal? How are we really going to see this play out?
See, we have seen quite a few cases of corruption and scams against Trinamool Congress. But somehow, when the election comes up, the political analysts are also saying, she is able to turn the table. She is trying to build up the same political narrative that, when the election is coming, very nearby, almost close, just a few months away, that the central agencies are again becoming proactive. This narrative has been built up very clearly and consciously by TMC. And I would also like to add on to it.
That is what happened.
I would also like to add on to it that the moment this has happened, she has immediately, kind of geared up her party. And tomorrow there is a major rally in the major rally in the city, wherein she herself would be participating in the rally. And all the other districts, they will be hosting this demonstration agitation against this.
Gargi, you're the news editor for TV in Bangla. You're seeing this so closely. For a lot of people who are watching this from a very different spectrum, and remember, a lot of this has played out, as you've also had the other panelists talk about it, state after state after state. There are chief ministers who have gone out very strongly attacking the Enforcement Directorate, the raids that have happened. When Mamata Banerjee says what she says, what does it mean when we talk about the West Bengal elections? Because if you look at the previous elections, there was also rub-ins with the central agencies. In Sandesh Khali also you saw the Enforcement Directorate. A lot was spoken about the elections. Of course, the results was there for everybody to see.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, that, most of the political analysts would agree, or they say that she has always been able to turn the table. This disadvantage of being, stamped as a corrupted party, somehow this is turned against the agencies only, and to be precise, BJP, that they are trying to disturb the state. It's always the central agencies who all will come up just before the election. So this is actually hampering the benefit or the good of the people. This she has been able to say and kind of reach out to the common people and, kind of build up this narrative. That's what I'm trying to say.
And is that the reason why we saw the kind of fierceness that we did? Because it does matter to her electorate, the messaging, the way she would. Gargi, if you can hear me, is this the reason why we saw the kind of fierceness that we did? Because for her electorate, this matters. The messaging to her electorate through this fierceness matters.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, that this image matters to her. She has always been branded like Bangla Ogni Konna. Okay, so this fire woman of the state. So she wants to retain this image. She wants to retain this image of, messiah to the commoners. So this image, of course, she would like to, kind of preserve and kind of come across to the people with this image that I'll be there to save you.
Right. I would like to get the BJP's response to that, but first a very short break.
हमारा आईटी ऑफिस में आके अब सब लैपटॉप से सब निकाल के लिया, हमारा पार्टी का पॉलिसी का डेटा, हमारा कैंडिडेट का लिस्ट, हमारा आने वाला स्ट्रेटेजी आप प्रतीक का घर में भी जाके किया है. Is it not a crime? Is it not a murder of the freedom? Murder of democracy? Mr. Prime Minister, please control your Home Minister.
उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
Well, our special on what seems to be Mamata Banerjee versus the Enforcement Directorate, Khela Hobe. We'll have to see who really turns the heat on. For now, there are FIRs against FIRs, complaints against complaints. We'll have to see how that pans out. Well, continuing with our discussion, TV9 Bangla's Gargi was saying about how important it is for Mamata Banerjee to do what she is doing to reach out to her electorate, because it matters to her electorate. Very quickly, if I can get in Mamata Chakrabarti at this point.
Well, I would like to say Mamata Banerjee's politics has always thrived on three elements, if I talk about that. Control over narratives, control over administrations, and definitely control over the street power. You know what? When a chief minister personally storming into a raid scene, that's just an institutional breakdown. All right, and accusing the union home minister for anything and everything, and this time stealing election strategy is definitely not an argument, trust me. It's a classic authoritarian diversion. So if I talk about some, I would like to bring some history into this perspective. When Karunanidhi faced raids, he argued law. When Sharad Pawar faced the same pressure, he argued constitutionality. All right, so now Mamata Banerjee could have go to court. She could have think of doing some case and all, but just storming into like that, this is extremely bad manners, and what to say, I really don't know.
Bad manners?
And, this, yeah, of course it's a bad manners, I would say. I mean, after all, she's a
Barno
chief
Barman,
minister,
how would you
right?
respond to that? Bad manners?
I will just laugh on it, because whatever case ED has picked up previously, what is the conclusion of the case? Have anyone got any verdict from the ED or the court? What haven't they? What they have done to the case?
They have the very bad manner and habit of maligning everybody.
I'm not talking when
they are questioning on Supreme Court. They are questioning on everybody. Don't just deny that.
All right. Okay.
My name is
Barno Barman, go ahead. You have the right to
You
speak.
have to support all the odds.
Okay, Mamata Chakrabarti, I came to you. I gave you your time. Allow Barno to respond to what you were saying.
Please don't interrupt, ma'am. See, our simple question is, what has happened to the case which ED has already picked up? No conclusion of all these cases in all these years. And whenever they cannot conquer any the state, they will do this trick. They will put ED and CBI into charge, and they will try to hamper the image of the party, and that's how they think they can get the power. They can get into power. But let me tell you, this is not going to happen in Bengal, because Bengal know how to fight it back. They are sending deliberately. Whenever the election is around the corner, they are doing it deliberately. Again, I am saying, i-PAC is our political event management company. They have all our strategies, all
then
our
why
data.
she is calling that person Pratik Jain as the political party member of TMC? Is there any proof?
No.
Is there any press conference where there is any
You go to
announcement
court
or
and
any
ask. You go to
declaration
court and
that
ask.
he is
You
a
go to
I mean,
court and ask. BJP have all the international
No,
thieves of
Mamata
in
Banerjee has
their
been
party.
claiming that
Be it Shubhendu
Mamata
Adhikari,
Banerjee is
be it
backing
Ajit Pawar, be it
Pratik Jain
anyone.
by saying
All the
that he
international
is your
thieves are
party
in the
member.
BJP.
That's what she
They
has said.
think
No,
by
Mamata Banerjee has
pressurizing,
clearly
by
said
pressurizing,
that
they can
Pratik Jain is the party member and she has the
Pratik
responsibility to
Jain
save
is
her
our
party member.
event
Where is the
political
press
event
release?
manager.
Is there
Pratik Jain is our political event
you
manager.
are saying that, but Mamata Banerjee
Sneaking
said
into
that,
his office in the
said it
name
very
of
clearly
corruption
that
is a
he is our
very
party member.
lame excuse.
No, follow the news properly, please.
All right,
That's
okay.
why the question is that, you know what, the entire people of West Bengal wants Mamata Banerjee's arrest right now because she doesn't have the right, whatever
You
she has
arrest
done.
him now.
And this is not the first time.
Tell ED to arrest
She
him.
did the same thing with the Rajiv Kumar.
Tell your Home Minister to give an order to arrest him. Tell your Home Minister to give the order to arrest him. If they can. Tell.
No, are you challenging?
Different language from Mamata Banerjee, because today she asked Mr. Prime Minister, please control your Home Minister. But Sabyasachi, very quickly, let me just come into you. Thank you so much for joining us, Sabyasachi. Here's the thing. I mean, what we are witnessing in the screens right now is literally why and how things are panning out as West Bengal goes into an election. This is literally going to be setting the tone and tenor for both the sides as they go to contest and campaign. But here's the thing. Take us through, Sabyasachi, what seems to be the opposition claiming about a pattern. Whether it be the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, whether it be the Kerala Chief Minister, whether it be the Jharkhand Chief Minister, Chief Ministers after Chief Ministers, now even former Chief Ministers, of what they have said about very similar instances.
Well, Sneha, it's a battle of narratives right now with both the Trinamool Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party in the picture. And that is the reason why today when Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee reached the residence of Pratik Jain, and after that she reached the office of i-PAC. Now, after that, several allegations, strong allegations was leveled by Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee against the Enforcement Directorate. Now, to counter that narrative, the Enforcement Directorate also told that this was not a political raid, or this was not a raid for any political party, or this was not in any sort of illegal raid. So from morning, what we are seeing is narrative versus narrative. Now, all the opposition ruled chief ministers are coming in support of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, expressing their solidarity with her. In fact, the opposition ruled chief ministers have been stating that the central government have been misusing ED and CBI to target the non-BJP ruled states. Now, the state of West Bengal, if you see back in 2021 Vidhan Sabha polls or the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, now around 12 times Sneha Abhishek Banerjee have been summoned by the ED and CBI and have been questioned for long hours. Now, if you look at the result of 2021 as well as Vidhan Sabha polls and 2024 Lok Sabha polls. Now, in these both polls, the Trinamool Congress has won the majority of the seats. So clearly, as far as the Enforcement Directorate or any institution is concerned carrying out raids or questioning the Trinamool Congress leaders, it is Mamata Banerjee who takes the central government or the agency right at the front. So somewhere it has given an advantage to the Trinamool Congress if you see the result, but BJP also have been battling the narratives. In fact, when Home Minister Amit Shah was in Kolkata, very strong message was given to all the party karyakartas and the leaders that winning the state of West Bengal should be the only goal of the BJP leaders, and they should counter the narrative battle that is coming in from the Trinamool Congress right now. So it's a narrative versus narrative what we are seeing right now, Sneha.
Right, very quickly, time for a short break. On the other side, we continue with our panelists, including our in-house specialist, Gargi Guha Thakurda.
नफीस जी 45 साल की उम्र में हार्ट अटैक से अचानक चले गए। टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के पैसों से उनके बच्चों की पढ़ाई में सहारा मिलेगा। पॉलिसी बाजार ने क्लेम के वक्त फैमिली का पूरा साथ दिया। पॉलिसी बाजार पे 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 400 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कर आता है, आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल